Hi there, this is a second video on sign numbers. The first one was the hard work, and it was the getting around your head around how to add signed numbers. I'm going to do a little review, and then this video is going to be mostly about multiplication and division, which honestly is a whole lot easier. Okay, so, it might not be a bad idea to get yourself a little index card and wrote the rules out on it, or a summary card. Anyway, so if you remember from last video, we had some rules, and I just want to do a couple more to remind you when we're doing sign numbers what the deal is. So I'm going to start here. So my signs are different. So when the signs are different, you're going to subtract. So just 3 minus 2 is 1. And you take the sign of the bigger one. Done. All right, signs are different, so I'm going to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. 0 doesn't have a sign. 1 plus -4, my signs are different, so I subtract. So 4 minus 1 is 3. I always take the sign of the bigger one. Now here, my two signs are the same. The rule is you're going to add, so 5 and 1 is 6, and then take the sign of the bigger one, because 5 is bigger. All right, if you've got your worksheet, I want you to do these two. If not, you can just copy it down. All right, my signs here are the same, so I'm going to add. 15 plus 3 is 18. Take the sign of the bigger one. And here my signs are different, so 13 minus 4 should be 9. And, well, I don't need to write it, but I will. There. So if you're struggling at all, I can happily let you use these in class because these are actually for my biology, but anyway, or you can do the T thing. Because what I find with students is when you get to a test, you get all stressed out and whatever rules you have in your brain, they disappear. Or you have the rules written down and suddenly it doesn't make sense. If you can go back to either thinking about the chippies, my handy dandy bingo chippies, or do the little T diagram, then it's like, oh yeah, that's how that works. And you can remember all the rules. 2, 3. So these are going to disappear. This goes to 0. Those all disappear. And that leaves me 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 positives left over. What we didn't talk about before, and I know there's a couple of questions in here like that, is what happens if you have more than 2 numbers. Now, there is a right way and an okay way to do this question. I'll show you both. And I don't care on a test, as long as you're showing me the work, it's good. Technically, we should use something, we haven't even talked about order of operations. And on big, long questions, what you can do is you do 2 parts at a time. So I'm going to start, not going to care about this part. I'm just going to do the first part. These are both positives. 8 and 6 is 14. Plus, minus 7. All right, now the signs are different. So I'm going to subtract. That's going to give me 7. I'll make it plus because the 14 was bigger. So you do it step by step. Option 2 is what you can do if you have a big long line of like 5 or 6 numbers you have to add. I might be more likely to do it this way. 8, 6, minus 7. This and this gives me my, whoops, 14 minus 7, which gives you positive 7 there. It just helps organize everything. I don't know, it works for me. Okay, so this one I'm just gonna do with my T-diagram. So 11 and 3, right? This one and this one are my positives. I get a negative 3 over here. Wow, that's sweet. Right there, that's gonna cancel out because you have 3 positives and 3 negatives gone. So my answer is gonna be 11. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Oh, look, there's some scary ones over here that you might want to consider using T-diagrams for. I want to get back to lesson. I just need to find it. Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, so this is multiplication and division. And there are a lot of rules for this. No, a lot of different ways to explain them. I use SOX because it makes more sense to me and it's easy. And some of the other rule, never mind, some of the other stuff is just crazy. Okay, so imagine you have only 2 types of socks and they happen to be pink and navy socks. And further imagine that you actually sort and fold your socks, put them together in pairs. I have a son. I know not everyone does this. All right, so here's my rule. A pink sock plus pink sock gives you a pair, and that's a good thing. So it's going to be positive. I can fold them together and they go into my drawer. A navy sock and a navy sock gives me a pair. That's also positive. Good. I can fold them together. I can put them away. But if, because I'm watching TV, I pick up a pink sock and a navy sock, I just grab it out of the laundry basket, they don't match. That's negative. And ta-da, you now know the rules for both multiplication and division. So whether it's pink and navy or navy and pink, they're going to be negatives. And it has nothing to do with the size of the numbers. So you don't always have to assign a bigger one or anything. It's just like, if it's matchy-matchy, it's positive. If it's not matchy-matchy, it's negative. Done. So a lot of you may have seen this over the years. Okay, so 2 positives. Remember, for multiplication, we can use brackets. It's positive, 2 negatives, it's a positive. 1 of each, either way, are negatives. So if you, because multiplication can be drawn out as pictures, but I have never figured out how I'm going to draw a negative times a negative. So here's maybe another way to remember this that will help you. Okay, so everybody likes money. So Sam gives you 3 $10 notes. So you got 3 of them. Each one, you're gaining 30 bucks. Sam gives you 3 $10 debts. So 3 bills that you have to pay off. You're going to lose $30. Sam takes 3 $10 from you. So taking away is negative times 10. You lose that. And the only reason I put the example in here is if you take away some debts, if you cancel off some debts, so taking away is negative, a debt is negative, you gain $30. Sock math, so much easier. Don't have to remember all those stories. And if you really, really want, you can go multiplying negatives, makes positive. You can Google it and there's a bunch more examples there. But this to me was the one that I understood the best, other than sock math. Sock math is a beautiful thing. All right, whoops. Now, I moved all my sheets around. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I didn't put any practice on here. So here it is. You should be able to do these without your calculator because we have been practicing multiplication tables. If you want to use your calculator, go for it, but keep practicing. But what I don't want to see is somebody doing like -5 times -6. Like, why not just go 5 times 6 and save yourself all it's, I don't even know, -5 times -6. Oh, well, it works on this calculator. There's some calculators it doesn't work on. Anyway, so practice 2 times 4, they're both positive. Matchy, matchy, positive 8. 8 times 6 is 48. It's a positive. A negative times a negative is also a positive. Whoopsies. 30. I don't know how your mind works. Do you, and it makes no difference, because my brain says a negative times a negative is positive. I just, what's the word? I want to say I get antsy around signs. I just know I got to be careful because that's where I make my mistakes. So I think of that first, and then I just do the multiplication. 11 times 7 is 77. 8 times 0 is 0. Here we go. 9 times 12. 9 times 12. 108? I don't know. 9 times 12. Whoops. 9 times 12. Third time's a charm. 9 times 12. See, I make mistakes and I get all nervous. All right. So, but I know it's a negative and it's 108 because the signs don't match. So negative, I know this is going to be negative because the signs don't match, and that's going to be 50. Ta-da! All right, I would like you, suggest you do the practice and get this in your brain. And the cool part is when you get to this page with division, the rules are exactly the same. Because wait. So if you have a bunch of them, let's look at this one. A negative times a negative makes a positive. So those two cancel out. And we have another negative. So that's going to give me a negative back here. Because these two, my brain actually does that. It just, those two cancel each other out. And yeah, I'm not even going to try. 9 times 2 times 12 times 3. Oh. I think there was a reason this calculator was $3 at, looks like the display is messed up. Hold on. Oh. Either that or I just invented something. All right. 9 times 2 times 12 times 3. 9 times 2 times 12 times 3. There we go. Negative 648. There we go. And okay, I was going to say, look how much faster it is than you punching in the using the negative sign, but that was pretty pathetic that it took me 3 tries to get it punched in properly. Anyway, so if there's a bunch of numbers, ta-da, that's what you could do. You can just multiply them all the way through. You could also do these two, and that'll give you 18, and then you go times -12 times 3, and then you go 18 times 12. You get negative 216 times 3. So this is the following of order of operations, but for now, because we're just doing multiplication. We don't have a mixture of addition and subtraction and all that stuff together. We're good. All right, so division. Same rules. So 19 divided by -1, it's going to be a negative because my signs don't match, and 19. -35 divided by 7, that's going to be a negative, and 35 divided by 7 is 5. Nope. Maybe it's 16. I don't know. 144 divided by 9. Oh, that's right. And these signs match. So it's a positive. 880 divided by 20. That's going to be a positive. That's going to be 9. That's about it. Oh, I guess we could do one like, oopsies, one like this. So 342 divided by 19. My signs don't match, so it's going to be a negative. And ta-da! Oh, did we do a double negative one? Let's do a double negative one. Sorry. 20 divided by 4. Oh, sorry, a negative divided by a negative is positive because my signs match. And there we go. So I think that is the end of the video. Short and sweet, all about multiplication. Thanks. Have a marvelous day.